budget. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun now I'm on.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun live. And at the same time, happy Easter to you, my viewers. Good afternoon.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube. Gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ní Maiyegun já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í.
Thank you very much for joining me. This is Sunday sermon, and I have a few of my friends on Facebook that will also be joining us. The Facebook limitation or ban or whatever, suspension, I don't think the effect of that has completely gone. Somehow, no. Doesn't. So many of you are never going to receive notification that Maiyegun is live. Some of you are going to receive it so late. It is deliberate if you are watching me on Facebook. But to my friends on YouTube, many of you are just waking up in America when this broadcast is streaming. However, if you are joining me live, share it before you settle down. Tell them.
Lórí Facebook.
Tell them.
Lórí YouTube.
Tell them. Thank you very much for joining me, Jerry. Sunday sermon on Maiyegun's Diary Political is a segment that happens every Sunday, where we say it as it is, and we call it a no holds bar session. If you don't have that emotional intelligence to weather this kind of conversation, I would advise you stay away, because this is where, or let me say, this is kind of the segment where whenever I get to a stage where I want to call them Oloribu, I want to call them Oloribruku, I want to call them Wiri, I want to call them this, any name, anything that comes to my mouth that time. This is the kind of the moment I don't hold anything back. And some people get kind of a little bit offended. You know, they're like, Maiyegun, you don't need that. You can still pass your message. I know I can pass my message without being, what do they call them, vulgar? Nah, I would prefer to pass it just the way maybe more direct. So you are welcome to the Sunday sermon, which also doubles as the Sunday, the Easter Sunday. And myself, your GO, the General Overseer of the Temple of Truth, is about to go fully into this. So if you have made up your mind to stick around and still listen, here we go. Yesterday, Tinubu foot soldiers, they decided to stage an impromptu rally, which ordinarily would have been the declaration for the Godfather if he wasn't rattled in January, based on the intel of those that are already going to rise up against him. And at the same time, his name was removed from the list of those to be considered. Tinubu jumped into the plane, rushed down to Abuja to go and see the deaf and dumb Buhari, to remind him, Megida, Sonuku, Sonu Daiji, or wherever. I hope you didn't forget our arrangement in 2015 after you and me, not Tunde Bakari. That was your godfather, the kingmaker, who wants to be the king, but is rattled by those he thought he went into an alliance with, who have now turned around to have him for their own supper. He empty-handedly walked into Old Rock to go and dobale for Buhari because Tinubu want to be president. Normally, somebody like Tinubu, as they have paraded him or presented him over the years, you would expect that the day of his own declaration, Lagos must shut down. Nah, Lagos won't shut down. It was done inside one room called Old Rock. 3 months after that, those who were supposed to be his foot soldiers, as they claimed that he made people, he made men, he made wearies, he himself weary, and the rest of them like that, they started declaring against him, like they're going to run against him. He can't even run. He can't even walk for real, talk less of running. That was when the humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, whose only selling card, or let me say, whose only viable card of Tinubu becoming president is that Tinubu can spend money, young people, the foot soldiers, the vuvuzelas, since there is money, they gave them a lot of it. You know one thing, Oshibaju may have Redeemed Church, but for these streets, we spend the money. So that's what they did. They congregated in Lagos yesterday to show that the youth of Southwest, just same way they always use those kind of a generalization and manipulative free words like that, right? They said that the Southwest youth, Yoruba youth, endorsed Tinubu. That is not true. So what happened was that their foot soldiers who are willing to, they call it mobilization. Remember that for 22 years, Yoruba people have become poorer. In 22 years of democracy, 22 years of Tinubu and gang, PDP, APC mismanaging and robbing the people of Yoruba land. Now that's what they weaponize all the time. In time like this, it is a free market. So they went to town all over the Southwest states in Yoruba land. They were able to mobilize. Oh, the governor of Lagos State gave them Onikon in order to massage the ego of the Jaga weary, the Jaga bandits, the Jaga addicts. You know the rest. To massage his ego, young people said they are willing to give and hand their future over to Tinubu because he is the only one who is willing to spend like mad. And so far, so good. He has an history of spending so bad, so mad. They are willing to give up their future because they don't even have one. Although this may sound a little bit kind of harsh, it is meant to be harsh. Because in this world of today, with the damages done by these generotocrats, they call them, all these septuagenarians, old men, senile, demented men, weak old men and women who cling on to public office, not because they have anything to offer, but because they have nothing else to do outside the politics or political office. Tinubu has been living off the politics and the public life of Yoruba land for 22 years. And in that 22 years, or 23 years, by the way, in that 23 years, they have created nothing but poverty, underdevelopment, decayed infrastructure, decayed social system, education system in shambles, healthcare system in shambles, roads, and so on and so forth. The only viable thing, and they have promoted one thing in the last 22 years, the word empowerment. Empowerment every 4 years. They created a new circle of poor people in Yoruba land, and the number is growing. That is where they always have to go to recruit the foot soldiers. But it is sad. Young people have become hopeless in Nigeria. Yes, hopeless. Because if you listen to them and say, come, let's have a chat. How old are you? And maybe say, I'm 25. Oh, great. That means you probably have graduated or yes. What? Oh, yeah, I'm a graduate. And then married, working? No? What's next? Business and all that. You will see the hopelessness in the young people of Yoruba land. No real job, okada riding, conductor agbero, graduate working as casual laborers at different Indian factories, Chinese factories, being treated worse than humans and worse than what you can even imagine, by the way. and it is allowed, they will say, thank God that you get something doing. Some people no get job and they are in that Yoruba land. They are graduates, or young people that should be productive. They are now those recruited as political agberos, vuvuzelas, and the most lucrative job in Yoruba land today is politics. Do you know that? So, courtesy of Tinubu and gang. Now, young people who have seen Tinubu, that maybe everything they believed or they were told before now, it's not even just Tinubu. I'm talking about all those rogues who call themselves progressives in Yoruba land. They have deceived you for so long that many of you don't even know when to put a break on it. We know why some won't, but for some of you who actually know better, why you can't put a break on it. For 23 years, ladies and gentlemen, they depleted Yoruba land. They stole and shared every goddamn thing in Yoruba land to themselves and their families. But they were able to sustain it based on the politics of Agberu, politics of stomach infrastructure, as they call it, politics of weaponizing poverty. That is the politics that serves them and the preview of so many things. And then widen the market, where they will always come back every now and then when they want to massage their ego. So Tinubu want to be president simply because he made some people rich. And through him and others, they made millions of Yorubas poor. They call them mekunu. You are watching me right now. Maybe you are watching me from Nigeria. You probably have also been seeing yourselves as a mekunu, a poor man. I'm a poor boy from a poor home. It is like a toga, a tag that you have to wear with pride and pity, because everywhere you go to, you are meant to be pitied. You are meant to be sympathized with. You are meant to be helped. You get what I mean? But you have seen it that way, but you don't understand how, why. Your parents lived like that too. If you check them, if you check their own parents, they possibly lived like that too. They are called mekunu, the poor. And then the people who made you poor destroyed your economy, made you weaker, and then become beggarly in order to always be reliant and dependent on them. The same people now offer themselves as your Messiah by saying they are Ore Mekunu. And that is why the culture of people getting things for free without having to work for it is the culture that got nourished, promoted by the rogues that call themselves Yoruba political representatives. They make you feel like you deserve pity. You get what I mean? You are poor, Abi. I am a poor man too, you know. I grew up as a poor boy. And it is not the poverty of not having things only, right? But it is the mentality to see yourself that you are always limited until maybe if you manage to cross this so and so, maybe you can have it better. You see, this culture of destroying our self-esteem, increasing poverty, and making us more dependent on them, this culture is deliberate. It is called Almajiri culture. It is not popular in Yoruba land. People used to be so ashamed to be seen to be collecting food from politicians. People used to be so ashamed. They will reject it. Don't give me your food. Take your nonsense food away. I can vote for you without your food. Don't give me your money. Don't give me your, But as your democracy continue to grow and grow and grow, Yoruba people continue to fall into poverty and poverty and poverty. And your children are also growing in poverty. Children in Yoruba land. Listen to this. More than 10 million children in Yoruba land, they go to bed hungry, in empty stomach, because their parents couldn't feed them, and the number continued to grow and grow. So when you are growing in poverty and you look around, you have learned the culture of being given, like being handed something, you need to help us now, help us, give me something now, help us now, help the poor now. If you help the poor, God is going to bless you with a lot. You know what I mean? You just help the poor. So more people continue to fall into that poverty. And these politicians who are making you to fall into that poverty are offering themselves as your Messiah. And sadly, many of you are also promoting them as your Messiah. You need to see videos, you need to see the interviews, you need to see the conversation of people who are saying they are voting for Tinubu, they are supporting Tinubu because Tinubu is a friend of the poor. Do you understand? There are many people from northern Nigeria who are saying that they were voting for Buhari. They wanted Buhari because Buhari is a friend to the poor people. So they have no idea how Buhari and gang contributed into that poverty, how Buhari and gang pushed them into that poverty. They can't see that because all they will see is that they are hungry, they are starving, they are sick, and at the point of death, a bag of rice showed up, and there it is with a picture of that politician who remembered them because they are starving. They have no idea that that politician has taken over the entire resources of their land, the resources that if they were judiciously and evenly, equally, shared, would never make you, even if you are poor like me, you will still not have to go and beg a politician for food. You are still never going to wait for the politician to pay your hospital bill. You are never going to need a politician to pay for your surgery. You are never going to need a politician to pay for your children's school fees. You are never going to need them because there is a system where your resources has been channeled and they will provide for you even if you lack. There are poor people all over the world, but there is a system. They have different systems to help people who run short of what they need to survive that day. Food, in so many parts of the world, hunger, food has now become a thing of the past. It's the last thing. The world is battling with homelessness. The world is battling with climate change. In Nigeria, you are battling with God knows what, because your problems that are created there, they are man-made problems. And you see the likes of Tinubu and gang, who are going to give you money, 20 million, 50 million. When your market get burnt, they give you 50 million until the next one. There is no system that will provide a proper fire service system, a proper medical system, that's medical healthcare system that will take care of those who get injured during fire incident and all that. But since they can just come around, nobody is going to ask, how come there are no good roads for the firefighters to get to this market? How come there are no police to cordon off the road and provide security and protect the scene? How come all those questions nobody is going to ask, because a politician walked in there and he gave them money. They say, that's the politician. Every other thing a story. Just give us money. They created that culture, and it is a culture of dependence because they created the problems. since they are offering themselves as messiahs, right? It will not make any sense to talk about the problem. Now, that is why when you are talking to an average Nigerian today, right? When you're talking about all of what is going on, they want to talk about the problems, right? They don't like you to mention the names of those who actually created the problems, right? So Tinubu and gang, who have created poverty in Yoruba land for 23 years. Of course, I know Nigeria did not start from 2015. Of course, I know that. Nigeria did not start from 1999. Of course, I know that. Yeah, Nigeria started from when? God knows, wherever you want to say it started from, when it eventually started, right? But there's something that's so significant about 1999. It was the first chance for a long time for the Yoruba people who have always been so vocal. Yeah. Nigeria is this. Nigeria must be restructured. Nigeria, the military must go. The Yoruba people, we didn't sign up for this. Blah, 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 black sheep. So in 1999, for the first time in a long time, Yorubas were in charge of our own affairs. And that is significant. So from 1999, that Yorubas have been in charge of our own affair, it is a foolish thing to say that you cannot blame anybody in Yoruba land for what Yoruba land has become, what our people have become, the denial that all of you are living, the poverty, joblessness that you are enduring, the economic hardship that you are enduring for 22 years, 23 years. Yorubas have been in charge of Yoruba land to the point that they have been writing budgets, they have been executing budgets, they have been borrowing money in the name of Yoruba people. They have been doing everything in the name of the Yoruba people in the last 23 years. And that 23 years has created nothing but poverty. So those who actually made that happen, one of them is Tinubu, who is now trying to replicate. They have replicated the Alimajirism in Yoruba land. Before I left Nigeria, you would walk into a park going on a trip, and the next thing, a young man can walk to you, dressed nice, he is jobless, but he is going to come to you and tell you how he came to see somebody in Lagos and he had no money he didn't meet them, he met their absence, and therefore he will need some money to go back to Ado-Ekiti where he came from. And usually if you have some spare, you give it to them, and then they will dress nice, corporate beggar, we call them. There is no corporate beggar anymore. Everyone has turned to both executive, corporate, shallow, whatever beggar, including blackmailing beggars. That is what they have created in Yoruba land. People have turned to dogs eat dogs. Poverty now walk and dress like human being and walk the street of Yoruba land, and everybody is just there. When it is time to actually say it out, they say, you can't blame them. Of course you blame them. Tinubu collected the tax in Lagos, which makes times 10 of what the entire Yoruba state makes in a month. Listen to this. The money that Lagos State generates in a month, right? And then if you compare, if you add all the money all the other Yoruba states are generating, internally generated revenue, if you add all of their money together and you multiply the money they generate by 10 times, Lagos State money will still dwarf it. That is how much that if Tinubu is holding the progress of Yoruba land. Lagos State is like its own little fiefdom. Lagos State is like its own little conquered territory, including the people, the dweller in Lagos, right? Lagos State is not the glory of Yoruba land. Lagos State could have been the glory of Yoruba land. The people who were shouting restructuring, new constitution, federalism, this and that in 1999, they are now shouting one Nigeria in 2022 because they want to chop big from one Nigeria at the expense of the people they have already savaged for so long, and they are not ready to let go. Think about that. They are no longer talking about a new constitution that will give us a regionalism. They are no longer talking about a new constitution that will guarantee true federalism. They are no longer talking about all this. They were telling us that he said he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped. Amazing. Which means it's going to continue to be from fire to the furnace now. Before it was from frying pan to fire. Now it's going to be from fire to the real furnace. So young people want, because of money. You see that money that we are talking about, it doesn't really go, the Tinubu's money. Tinubu's money doesn't go to those sufayos. You know those they call sufayos. The sufayos are those they give 1,000, 2,000 to. Okay, they mobilize them. They will tell them, "Do you want to go to Asiwaju rally in Lagos?" Say, now free ride, though, free ride, and if you follow us, there's food, there's drink, and they are also going to give us money when we go back to Ibadan or when we go back to wherever we are coming from. So you see, those who are mobilizing them, they are the real G. They are the guys who make the real money, okay? Because they are those that they will give the bulk of the money to. They are now those who are going to recruit they call them coordinators. They have names for them and title. And people love title a lot. For 7 years, this bunch of Omoale Dedes, because Omoale ni wọ́n, nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ, ohun tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ, òṣòwò ni ò jẹ́ ọgbọ́n. Omoale ni wọ́n, oníjẹkújẹ alájẹbánu, àwọn wèrè alápá má ṣiṣẹ́, season wọn la wà yìí. So they will start creating groups for you to know that this is their season. And you see that your brother that you have been talking to about Yoruba Nation for so long, who has been pretending to be with you, that your brother is looking for groups. He's asking them everywhere, all over social media. They are looking for Tinubu's groups. They are looking for WhatsApp group. Because now there they do recruitment. They are always getting coordinator. You see that your brother where they shout Yoruba Nation on Facebook few months ago, in fact, few weeks ago, watch out for him. Many of them are already opening fake Facebook account, Twitter account, different accounts to work for Tinubu. It's not because they want to vote or anything. Now the money is out. So this is how it works. That rally they did in Lagos yesterday must have cost Lagos more than 200 million. Okay. People that will process the money from Sanwo-Iku for the mobilization for the rally for Tinubu, right? They will raise a memo, because I kind of have a clue about how they do it, because I participated in some of the activities of my local government, Bolu local government, before I left Nigeria. Yeah. So they always raise a memo. So they will raise a memo. In that memo, right? They will say, no, let me put it this way. A group they want to give the job to will write a letter and say, we need your support, because we are organizing a 1 million Yoruba youth in Yoruba land for the presidency of Asiwaju. So once you send that your letter, somebody like a commissioner, somebody within them, then will pick it up. They will raise a memo. They will say, okay, give them 200 million. So they will pass the memo to another department, which before it eventually gets to the governor. By the time the memo gets to the governor, it may probably have increased to maybe 300 million. Or let me put it this way, they will start from maybe 500 million. Then we'll start cutting it down. That's what they do. They'll cut it down. So they'll cut it down to somewhere around 200 million. That rally you watch in Lagos. So I'm just being generous here. Just being kind of economical here. Because it's a free money. Everybody is collecting their share as we speak. So as the money is released, before the money is released, from top back to the bottom until it get back to those who are organizing. So when by the time the money gets to those who are organizing, they will likely get somewhere around 200 million. Put it that way. Now they are now those who are now going to recruit. They call them state coordinators. They can even make you regional coordinator. They will make you local government coordinator because it is easier. You know, it's their party. Now, by the time the money gets to the hand of the local government or ward coordinator, the last one that may get to that one may not be more than maybe 200,000 naira. So they are now those who are now going to share 500 naira to those who are willing to go. And since hunger, they wire people everywhere. Every small thing on social media, people are begging for money. People are no be joko. So then on social media, since they are already signed up on their WhatsApp group here and there, 500 naira just to go to Lagos, just to be at the stadium. They will give us food, drink. Oh, mama will go, Jerry. But to make it even more lively, they can bring your favorite artist too. So last, they call it mobilization. They are not APC member. The same people, the same pattern. Tomorrow, if fake Pastor Ruga says he want to declare in Lagos, you will see thousands of heads. You will see sea of heads. And you'll be wondering, are they his supporters? No. It is about Kudi. And it is the same thing as well during election too. But that one is like a different pattern. Kind of different. Because it is pretty much like if they give you money this time around, you have to vote and you have to thumbprint just to validate it so that they can rig the rest of those who didn't come to vote and all that. So they took themselves to Lagos. They are not Yoruba youth. They are APC youth mobilized with their money to come and massage the ego of the Lagos landlord, Tinubu. But there is something that happened at that rally. Shebi, you heard that everywhere Tinubu had been to is always saying that Buhari is doing well. Buhari has done well. On the economy, they have done well. On security, they have done well. Blah, 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 blah. It be like said the event of the last few days and few weeks. Don't they make Tinubu? They come out small, say, oh boy, if this thing won't scatter, make it scatter. I don't feel the... Because yesterday, Tinubu was telling the youth that when they did not give you electricity, how can they call you lazy youth? Okay, it don't happen. It don't come. He also said, among other things, I have the clip, I'll share that with you. It took a little bit of jive at the bandits. And he said, it will make Nigeria bandit free. So, last, the whole thing they have been like, I told you that many of them who have been praising Buhari, singing his praise and all that today, they are doing so because Buhari has their blocos, their Orokon. Buhari is holding their scroll, what's it called that? What's it called that thing again? No. Shena scrotus, I've been blocos. It doesn't even matter. You shall know as I do my hand there. So Buhari is holding that. If anybody see anything, if they squeeze and they go, you go, yeah, now Kuje prison straight. That's why everybody is just singing his praise. Buhari is the best thing. If not because of Buhari, Nigeria would have been like this. Nigeria would have been worse. And they know that Nigeria is worse. So they know. But it becomes like saying now that if Tinubu knows that he's not going to be president, he's not going to be president. Very soon, maybe all of them are going to SDP. Are you with me? He's now talking about people will not give you people will not give you electricity. No electricity, no job, no security, no nothing. And they are calling you lazy youths. You now go here, people who said we were we were trying to cause wahala for telling you the truth, and you pretending that you don't even know the truth. Now, when you see that truth, you are still coming back to accept it. And when you accept it, now then you go feel free. Man, you need to enjoy, you need to experience what it feels like to be free of all these lies that many of you tell yourselves, even in the face of the truth. Tinubu is talking. But before I get to Tinubu, I want to show you the movers and shakers. I don't know if many of you have seen this video. This is how it all started, though. When they say swagger, when they say Tinubu, no shaking. Now, what do they mean by this? Up close.
Unnegotiable. Go wash your hands. Wash your hands next time. Because of non-negotiable. Wash your hands clean.
You get that? So that is up close. That is the local politics there. That is Tinubu's politics. Okay. So anything else they tell you on social media, this, no. You see, that is why they said voters are not on Twitter. PVC, Twitter. There's no polling unit on Twitter. There's no polling unit on Facebook. Of course, it's true. But those they are manipulating and getting to vote for them. If you check up close, that is exactly how they conduct what they call their mobilization, empowerment, as well as empower. They call it empowerment. They will give them Okada, they will give them a Keke Marua, they will give them cars for those ones who have actually like here. But that is their politics. They give them money, share money, 1,000 naira. Oh, yeah, Tinubu for president. But this time around, now think about that in a bigger way, big number. All right? Something like this. Those are the youth, though. I have more. Take a look at this. So you can get people filled up the stadium for you. It depends on the money you want. You have. Do you get that now? But if Tinubu said a few words, I want you to listen to them. They are always like going to be, but I want you to pick them up. For president. And your favorite artist. I'm going to share that of Tinubu. It's the one I want to share last, okay? You remember your favorite artist? Everybody get paid, and they will tell you we are doing it for the country. Young people.
Oh God! I hear them at the oh. And if I will never say that, they told us not to match. I know. So, my people are here. I told you. Yes, we are here to announce, to proclaim.
Tinubu, okay, ẹjẹ́ àwọ̀ báyìí, tí n bá pe aṣíwájú, iye náà kí Nàìjíríà ò dáa, ìlú yóò ti ọ̀dà àti bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́, iye years tó wù ní kẹ́ ẹ lò láyé ẹ̀kọ́ fi pàtẹ́wọ́ tí n bá lọ pé aṣíwájú, mo kẹ́ ló ní ẹ̀kọ́ pàtẹ́wọ́ rẹ̀ kan. Aṣíwájú! Àtẹ́wọ́ tó máa lọ. Kí ló dé? Kí ló dé? Ó ti pàtẹ́wọ́ ń tẹ̀ kí ló dé?
They don't even know what to say because I mean, tí bá sọ pé aṣíwájú ẹ sọ pé ògo. The other one is talking blah, 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 blah. They have no clue of what to say. It is a political gathering. There should be something that will actually make you, but no. It's to, it is to massage the ego of the guy to say, how are you two baba? Surulere Stadium, la fẹ́ lò gangan National Stadium, but wọ́n ní pé wọ́n aláyé ni. Ẹ bá fẹ́ èèyàn 10 million, a lè kó wọn wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́. We've been there, we've done that. But they are saying, ṣé mo pé Nàìjíríà ò dáa? Tinubu at Tinubu's rally, they are saying, ẹ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò tiẹ̀ dáa. Mo pé gbogbo yín tẹ̀ wá bí know that Nigeria ò dáa, Nigeria is bad. They are saying that at Tinubu's rally. My brothers and sisters, it's about to go down. And now for here we go there, we watch the movie. Listen to Tinubu himself.
Without electricity, people die. I think we cannot be successful. Yes, we can do so. But we cannot give us the rapid electricity that is undependable. And then we must be that we are listening. No! Nigeria is about fire. We have enough gas to fire up our electricity. We can supply the rest of Europe with gas, and we can make money long time from it. You know it. Now, I don't want to revive. God bless my leader. Ask the government. Ask the other youth. Ask the legislation. Today, Lagos is one of the biggest, one of the most progressive states. Yes, you can clap for that. Your flag. I'll tell you what I want was clap for. That is what belongs to you. We as the foundation builders of Lagos and still building. Some of you will not have been able to see for Waye, if not for the payment of Waye fee by our government. You are a beneficiary. Shout for that and you are born. Will you vote? Will you vote?
Nǹkan ti ṣe wá. Nǹkan ti ṣe wá. I don't even know where to start from because I was like, the failure of the WAEC, those they said they paid their WAEC, are the ones shouting, for those who have been to their political rallies before, you know the kind of people who stay in the front. They are the product of the system. The system are failed, and they are actually the power, the muscle that makes all these Tifnubus and gang, they are political wherever they are today. I want more power. My leader have spoken. I love my leader. We renew Pombe, and they are the product of the system. Tinubu is saying, if I didn't pay your WAEC fee, some of you will never pay WAEC fee. God damn it. What about education? What about healthcare? In Yoruba land, this issue of electricity, before the emergence of Buhari, or let me say before they merged themselves with Buhari, they had all the solutions to these electricity problems, and they knew then that one of the reasons why Nigeria will never have any stable electricity ever is because the electricity generated in Nigeria are mostly from where? They are mostly from the southern part of Nigeria. The Kainji Dam that used to be the main source of power supply, everything is supplying the north. The power generated from southern Nigeria is rationed, majority sent to the north. And the waste of transferring generated electricity from one part of the country, transferring to another one, the waste alone can power the entire Oyo state, including Ibadan, 24 hours a day, 24 hours electricity, 24/7 electricity, 365 days a year. But Nigeria is built on waste. Okay? The south is meant to serve the north. By all means. So they said the problem to the perennial electricity in Nigeria, perennial electricity problem in Nigeria, was to break the chain of the federal government of Nigeria controlling electricity. They said it. They said, let every state generate their own electricity. And then, if they have excess, they can sell to others. 7 years down the line, Fashola, the Saleiko Barack Obama, the one that told you that the reason why you don't have electricity is because it's because of the Bantueyos are in charge of your electricity. Tinubu is using electricity to talk to the young people in Lagos State in 2022. We have gas that can give us electricity. The same thing they told you in 1999, in 2003, 2007, 2011, 2014, and 2019. Tinubu and gang, they are saying the same thing again. Oh, restructuring, true federalism, state police, electricity, WAEC. I will pay for your WAEC. I care for your future. Remember, I paid your WAEC fee. God damn it. Oh yeah, clap for that, clap for that. And people say, hey, clap, 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 clap. Now the guy where they do that kind of interpretation for the deaf and dumb, and that guy, they wonder what the guy even mean when he was doing all of that. I think he says everybody shout. I don't know. So they paid those who can make that happen. They've done the show off, but that is not the real game. The real game, ladies and gentlemen, in the next few days, make our kuku put them this way. Today is 17th. Tomorrow is 18th. And tomorrow is Monday. Friday is 22nd. That's a week. Now put it this way. In the next 3-4 weeks, put it like in the next 3 weeks. What does that mean? Tinubu already seen it, and what they are trying to do now is that they should see if they can force the hand of Buhari, which is just a dream, to still honor the promise he made to Tinubu. The promise that nobody knew about. Nobody heard about the promise. It's only Tinubu and his camp that continue to say Buhari promised him. Buhari promised him. there is not going to be any primaries. Okay? There's not going to be any primaries. In the next 1 week or two, the Boko Haram's candidate, Gong, will declare, and he will declare in Abuja. Just for you to know that the end has come, and if you are going to go to your SDP, or if you're going to go to NRC, or wherever you're going to go next, or if you are going to be crying around the whole town like a gbiri, I will do it. I will do. You see, by the time the whole thing come to pass, I'll put it. I'll say, okay, yeah, Ekun Egbere is about to start. So we told them, oh, it will be the headline. Wherever you want to go to, you're going to find out in the next 2-3 weeks. Yes, you're going to find out in the next 2-3 weeks. Same thing with PDP too. Those of you who are supposed to use your campaign, everything you have for Peter Obi, to use it to campaign for Peter Obi, JJ, you decided to drag IPOB into it, blackmail them, call them this and that, even when you have no singular evidence against them, right? Okorocha came out and he said, those unknown gunmen in Imo State, they are known. They are not unknown. Everybody knows them. Hopeless Uzodijo brought them to Imo State. And Hopeless Uzodijo is ready to blackmail every of his political enemy as the sponsor of killer squad in Imo State and in Igbo land. Okorocha told you, but you know, all of you who are agreeing with because of your PDP political wherever in the eastern Nigeria, all of you ignored that. IPOB is easy target. Another way they came out, he said he's General Oji Abina Clifford Oji. You remember that lunatic that was in the military uniform, wearing red berets, and some other guys with guns and all that, bragging, and said, he came out and he said, he gave you, and he gave himself a name. He didn't say indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. He said they are Biafra National Guard. He didn't say they are ESN. I mean, these are free names that everybody knows about. But all of you who are believing them, who are believing all these rogues and their media, you ignored that. This group came out. They did a video in the bush, in the forest. They said they are holding guns, they are dancing around. They said they are Biafra National Guard. And that they gave the politicians in Biafra land, they gave them 2 weeks to release all of their arrested members, or else they will start killing politicians. They also said, the guy also said, no election in Igbo land, no election in Biafra land. They said things that you have already eavesdropped from the conversation of the IPOB members. But when IPOB members were making those statements, they were not threatening you. They were not holding guns and recording themselves. That if you don't listen to us, if you don't sit at home, we will kill you. They were not doing all of that. But many of you, which I believe that it is called selective amnesia. Many of you are not different from those criminal leaders you have already anyway, because you never want anything, you never want any facts. You prefer the fiction. It sells better. IPOB this, IPOB that. So now you want to sell Peter Obi. You ignored all of these instances. You ignore all of these facts. And you are jumping up and down and accusing IPOB of committing crimes that you can't even prove, all because you want to sell Peter Obi. I am advising you, in 2-3 weeks' time, if you think demonizing, gaslighting, or profiling the IPOB that you know, and you ignore the obvious criminals who are perpetrating these crimes and their sponsor, because they don't sell. Many of you don't want to do anything or invest in any investigation at all. IPOB, it must be them. Who else now? All because you want to sell Peter Obi. Don't worry. In another 2-3 weeks, you will know your fate, because your party, PDP, they will need to choose somebody. Okay? And if they don't choose your Peter Obi, PD, all of you PDP boys, oh, I'm talking to you. If they don't choose your Peter Obi China, that's what APC, that's what they call Peter Obi. They say Obi China. Any small thing, Obi will say China. Look at China. Look at China. They hated him a lot, right? But they call him Obi China. So all of you, PDP, there are people who will be say ordinarily, they not be PDP, but they like your Peter Obi. I have seen them out there. They not be PDP, they not be party, anything. They say they like Peter Obi. Now, you PDP scavengers, you PDP bottle suckers, thumb lickers, you PDP, what do you call it, crump chasers and ass lickers too. Just like the Tinubu boys, the Lagos Abobakus, everybody is their enemy. When you mention Yoruba nation, shut up, what's Yoruba nation? Nonsense. They are not interested. The insecurity in Yoruba land, the poverty in Yoruba land, the underdevelopment and the corruption in Yoruba land, they don't matter to them. My friend, just shut up. My friend, nonsense. When it is time to have Yoruba nation, our leaders will decide. For now, don't forget that nonsense because they are not interested. So they are not different. That is why some of them are using Tinubu to blackmail everyone that opposes their shenanigans. So I'm watching you, PDP scavengers. Sell your Peter Obi. Sell him. Just sell him. We know that the reason why you are targeting the IPOB more, obviously, you have some people who are actually like giving you some little kind of feeling that, yeah, it's IPOB. Look at all this IPOB here and there because of all this crazy stuffs going on social media. Some of them I choose never to talk about, by the way. We all know what is going on. So all you PDP boys, using this loose mouth on social media, people who believe that they could talk and make threats and all of that behind their camera, behind their phones and all of that, you PDP boys now turn them to be the representatives of IPOB when you know, obviously, those behind all the killings in eastern Nigeria. I am saying this, every time there is an election, PDP only feel threatened that their only base, reliable base, the eastern Nigeria, IPOB has threatened it. So again, same thing with the Tinubu, ass-lickers and crumble chasers, the Lagos Abobakus. To them, anyone asking for a new constitution from Nigeria now is enemy of Tinubu. Therefore, that person is enemy of Yoruba land. To an average Tinubu ass-licker, I know them very well and they are watching me right now, by the way. So, if you talk about insecurity in Yoruba land, you're obviously going to be saying APC has failed. And if you say that as a Yoruba man, you are an enemy of Yoruba land because you are trying to stop the the advantage of Tinubu becoming president for saying that. Yes, people are dying. Is it today that people are dying? People are being kidnapped, and so must you say it? Are you not a Yoruba man? Can't you keep your mouth shut? If you say that now, Tinubu will not be president. Buhari will be angry. Buhari will not trust him again. Can't you all shut up? Do you understand? That's exactly what all you PDP scavengers, PDP pickpockets, PDP scroungers, lazy bombs who are not different from Buhari idiots, gaslight IPOB as you want, and you always do that every time there is an election. So if you're Peter Obi, if they don't give them the tickets, would you all still continue to try and blame IPOB for everything? Well, time will tell. The same thing I told the Tinubu boys. All of them are not different from one another. Okay? Like I told my friends here many times, the reason why you are hearing the Tinubu boys, Lagos Abobaku, Shogbo, Almajiri, the humbled slave, the obedient fool, the sophisticated morons, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, and the rest of them all over the world, is because APC, Egbekegbe, is the one in power. If it's PDP, they are not different. The PDP scavengers, lazy idiots. You know, many of them are grown-up men, jobless men and women. But now this politics, I told you, it is the most lucrative business in Nigeria right now. So if you see them trying to sympathize with you, as PDP. Now, because they never gain power, if they gain power, everything their own criminal rogues and criminal leaders, or everything they do, they will defend them. Just like the Lagos Abobaku will defend the Atoli of Bodilon, Tifnumbu. You know that? They are not different. They are the same. They are Nigerians. Do you understand that now? They love their oppressors differently. They love their slave masters differently. They love their thieves differently. So they will tell you, yeah, we know say he's a thief, but he's our thief. We still love him. They will say we love him, he's our thief. That's what happens. So they love their thieves differently and don't see them as if to say they are responsible. They are not responsible people. They are useless human beings as well when it comes to this kind of their politics. So don't ever. That's why when you give them this way, you give them the other way too. They are all the same. Unfortunately, both of them will come onto Maiyegun General political and they will accuse me of working for their slave masters. The PDP apologists will come here and say, my friend, why are you criticizing our leaders? Why don't you, have you collected money from APC? I say, then APC, Egbekegbe will come. How much did Atif could pay you? How much did PDP pay you? We know you are just pretending. We are trying to save them from their own death, which is caused by their own long throats, laziness, greedy too, because it takes two to tango. I'm only trying to save you, even though you will tell me again and again that I don't need you to save me. Don't save us, save yourself. What you don't know is that when I try to save you, I'm actually saving myself. Because you are, many of you in that Nigeria, as much as you love your oppressors, your criminal leaders said differently, like I said, you have become danger. You have become dangerous existence to other people who never subscribed to this enslavement, this slavery, this your stomach infrastructure, this free money, everything free like you have subscribed to. There are many of us who don't subscribe to that. But guess what? When the consequences of your greed, selfishness, and laziness, when the consequences start coming back, even us, we no participate in your madness. We no choose between your criminal leaders. We no participate in your nonsense. We also the share inside the pain. Yes, we do. And that is why I am only trying to save you, my brother. When I save you from your doom, I'm also saving myself. My friend, save yourself. Save yourself. No, I'm saved. In order for me to keep and stay saved, we have to save you, Oloribu. If you don't understand I gotta save you, no. Because the people that will use you as a time bomb, they've already cooked your rice. They haven't served them. Your rice, your bag of rice, your bag of semo, your kerosene, your sachet paper, sachet water, your sachet detergent. Then your wrapper Ankara. They are already preparing them. And you are going to take them. And you are going to laugh and dance in the rain, in the sun for them. And then for another 4 years, you are going to be shouting, God, God, help us. God, God, please, God, why? So I'm trying to save myself as well as save you in this regard. So it's up to you. So we want to see more. We want to see more of those who have made you or made you believe that maybe we are just overreacting. You know that thing? They will say it is not that bad. Maybe we are just overreacting. Whatever. In another few weeks now, in another 2-3 weeks, you will know your faith. And here will be to welcome you and say, Káàbọ̀, ọmọ nínú kùnà, káàbọ̀ sí inú ilé ibi tá ti ń wo àwọn aláwòkù bíi tiyín kó tó di pé a máa gbé yín bọ́ sí gbòòrò, because you will become repentant morons. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what is going to happen. That's what's going to happen after this BLLB certificate that the Lagos Abobakus are praying and fasting that God help us shame Maiyegun. Would you believe that? They are praying to God to help them to help them shame me. Can you believe that? Because I told them what is going to happen. It is obvious. They know that it is going to happen, but they are hoping that something will change. Do you understand? And Tinubu will just become their candidate. And they can come to Maiyegun and say, don't listen to this guy. We told you, Jagaba is the Jaga Wiri, the Jaga this and that. They are praying to God. They have been praying to God for the past 5 years that God, their God, will shame Maiyegun and Tinubu will be president of Nigeria. And then you, Maiyegun, you can go to exile and say, oh, I exile that they lived before now. Why do you think I'm so kind of mad with many of your rogue leaders who have lost opportunities? Opportunities is what it is. Yes. An opportunity for them to rally the Yoruba around, develop Yoruba land, develop a system that will actually make us feel like, man, we are missing. We shouldn't have been we shouldn't have been part of this Nigeria. See what we've missed. Ijoba Awarawa, Fun Awarawa, and the rest of that. But look at Yoruba land. The people that they have ruined are now praying to God to help them put Maiyegun to shame, so that Maiyegun can know that now only one God they, and not Tinubu that God they serve. I know many of you would disagree. These guys compared Tinubu with Jesus. I wonder why many of you are not angry, by the way. They said, well, Christianity can tolerate a lot. Rightly so. These guys put a poster out there in their desperation. They called one of them, Judas. And they said, Jesus is coming. Who is that Jesus? Tinubu is coming. They used to call him their star boy, remember? But it's no longer their star boy. He is now called Judas. They said he should repent so that when Jesus comes, Jesus can protect and, Jesus can forgive him. And Tinubu is that Jesus. If you compare him with Muhammad, now that madman, that Murik madman, will first start ranting and start raking and raging. If you call Tinubu, if you call anybody, compare anybody with Muhammad, Abi, unfortunately. So when they finally come back from this, in the next few weeks, we will call them repentant morons. So we have to rehabilitate them. So all of you who are going to become repentant morons, those of you who thought that the idea of Yoruba nation is an idea that is impossible because Tinubu wanted to be president from what they are gaining from Nigeria, and a lot that you are losing from Nigeria as an individual, as a Yoruba man. Yeah? So for those of you who have rubbished that conversation, for those of you who never wanted to have that conversation, you are going to have the conversation. Yes, you are going to have it. You are emanating tenderly and badly. Bí ọ̀rọ̀ Yemi. Yemi will say, my great grandma, my late great grandma, she will say, Wari tenderly and badly. Tenderly means satisfactorily. Badly means, again, that you will enjoy it. You will talk about Yoruba. You will discuss about all of the marginalization. You will discuss about all the limitation. You will talk and fight for everything that has to do with Yoruba. And that will be when those ones who have brainwashed you for so long, and they have now conditioned you to believe that they will give you food. There will be so much food. I was reading something else here. Somebody said, he remembered when Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, that food suddenly became cheap in Lagos. That Tinubu opened the border, he opened the ports as governor. Everybody was just bringing things in, and everything became cheaper in Lagos. That's why Wasiu Ayinde sang this Erotin Reko Elomokan Bale Tinubu say Kodi Tutun. Like Lagos State is now the best all over Africa because Tinubu opened the border for them to come in. He gave people job, he gave this and that. I say, okay, what happened to those jobs? What happened to those border? Because he's been in charge of Lagos State since then. They have no answer for real. Are you with me? It is about jeun. Everybody is collecting their share. Tinubu is modern day Abiola. Yeah, he has a lot of money to throw around, and everybody is just going to say he's right, he's right, he's right. And they are going to say it simply because of how much they are paid. But one morning, they're going to wake up and the whole thing would have evaporated. Tunraya Bay. Oh God, thank you very much for your super chat, by the way. That's quite generous of you, I have to say. I'm already rounding up. So I am going to be on what's it they call that thing again? Where's the Clubhouse? Okay. So I'm inviting many of you to join me on join me on Clubhouse from 4 p.m. especially if you're watching me live, okay? From 4 p.m. So I want to talk about the importance of the young Yorubas to get involved in discussing and then fine-tuning the way forward to Yoruba nation self-determination struggle. So I'm going to be speaking to a large house this afternoon. It's pretty much almost time. So I am going to end my broadcast now. Okay. Sorry, guys. I would love to continue. Just keep my charts, right? However, I'm going to invite you to join us on that Clubhouse. I don't know much about Clubhouse, okay? They told me to sign up. I've signed up. They've linked me to a link that's going to be the program and all that. But again, just look around and search for where is Maiyegun. And I think they put my name on it. Maiyegun's Diary Political with Maiyegun, something like that. So I want you to join me. I want to talk about, this time around, it's going to be like, a symposium. It's not going to be like a temple of truth, okay? This is going to be me giving point by point of why you as a Yoruba man, as a Yoruba woman, as a young man or a young woman, you need to get involved in the advocacy for the self-determination in Yoruba land, okay? You need to get involved. You need to know the keywords. You need to learn how to research, how to do the research on this. Researches that will help us to make this advocacy, to make it more organic, okay? Where everybody is ready to learn on the job, all right? You take the responsibility. Where and where should we go? Where and where should we start from? What and what should we do? How should we get involved? And how can we build on whatever we manage to do? All of these are going to be point by point presentation of mine, on Clubhouse this afternoon. It's just about 25 minutes to. So I'm going to stop my broadcast now. So Tunraya Bay, thank you once again. Anyway, thank you. I'm going to see everyone later tonight, okay? Yeah, I'm going to see everyone later tonight. However, as I'm dropping off now, you can join us in the Clubhouse, okay? I'm going to go do the setup now. So I'll start talking. Yeah? So thank you very much. And same thing goes to Tunde Benson. Tunde Benson is a platinum member of Maiyegun's Diary Political, which is great. Let me tell you that. You see, people will ask me, how do I use this super chat? Somebody even sent me, in fact, 2 people sent me messages. They were asking me about how do I use this super chat? I said, it is quite easier. If you look at the comments, where you are dropping your comments, where you are typing comments, that box, you will see a $sign at the side of it. There's a $sign. If you tap that $, it's going to give you the option. What do you want to give us, a super chat or a super sticker? and you can give as much as $500 to $1,000, £1,000 is crazy. It's some crazy stuff, I have to tell you, right? However, I am kind of more comfortable with people who actually subscribe to be a member of Maiyegun's Diary Political. That way, it is like you subscribing to my channel, right? And that means you are indeed supporting Maiyegun every month. I have people like Satunde Awosanya, Tunde Benson, a platinum member. Being a platinum member of Maiyegun's Diary Political, I don't even remember what that cost anymore. £22. I have people who pay as much as £45 every month. Can you believe that? People subscribe, right? The same way you subscribe for your Sky TV, the same way you subscribe for your pay TV, your internet, your Wi-Fi at home, and every other thing like your mobile phone, direct debit. £45. I was like, that's so mad. And I have quite a number of people who actually do that direct debit every month. And I have a lot of people who actually only have who have their own as a silver members. Silver members are £1.99, pretty much like £2. So this is like a direct debit to say I'm supporting Maiyegun. And if I have, imagine if I have like 1,000 people who have that. I don't have 1,000, but I'm so grateful to all of you, my friends, for years. I mean, it's almost 2 years now. Imagine almost 8 people who are like diamond members paying, £45 every month for 2 years. Baba, they don't cancel, they don't do anything. No. So it is the way you support your own favorite, platforms. So I'm grateful to all my nearly 300 members that cut across silver, gold, platinum, premium, premium, and then diamond, right? I have 5 categories. You can join any of them whenever you want. So I'm grateful to every one of you, as always. Remember, join me on Clubhouse if you can. If you don't know what that means, don't worry yourself. I'm coming back later tonight for our prime time on Maiyegun's Diary Political. Watch this broadcast if you are just joining us, and at the same time, share it if you haven't. Like the video. Drop your offering before you go. And I'm going to see you some other time. Until then, stay safe and good afternoon.
Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́ àní Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ àní Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o àní Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ àní Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá àní Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò àní Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú àní Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Àní Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò.